Hello, my fellow handicappers. This is Weekend Handicapper from weekendhandicapper.com. In this video, we're going to provide picks and analysis for the 147th running of the Kentucky Oaks. And we're also going to discuss the Oaks Derby Double. Sprig's a little sad looking like my ADW account, my bankroll here lately. Check out these glasses. This is the Oaks glass. I love the design on this. And this is the Derby glass. So if you ain't got yourself a Kentucky Derby glass for this year, check it out. Get you one. I love that design on both of them. This is a lily for the Phillies and this is a mint julep. Must on during this time of year. All right, let's talk about the Oaks. Let's take it one by one. The Oaks, if you like the Oaks, if you like Oaks Day, hit that like button. If you love playing the Oaks Day card at Churchill Downs, and hit that like button if you like the Kentucky Derby too. Now the Oaks is very special in Kentucky, in the Louisville area. Growing up in Louisville, we didn't even have school on that Friday. They called school off. So much traffic, so much going on. It's festive, it's seen as a holiday. And so what's a kid to do growing up in Louisville, Kentucky, except, hey, if you're gonna let me off school in honor of the Oaks, I guess I better play the ponies. And that's what I did growing up, and I still do. I hadn't even worked on Oaks Day, except one time, I think, since I was 18. So that's how special the Oaks is in the Louisville, Kentucky area, the Kentuckiana area. Let's talk about each of these horses, and then I'll give you my picks and analysis at the end. Also talk about the Oaks Derby Double, a fun bet to get involved in, not necessarily lucrative every year, but still fun to say you had the Oaks Derby Double. All right, Pauline's Heart, number one for Steve Asmussen. I was corrected. I heard it straight from Steve on how to pronounce the name the correct way. It's Asmussen, not Asmussen, which I've been saying Asmussen all my life, so I apologize to the Asmussen family. I think I got it right now, and hopefully I'll make that a habit. Trains number one, Pauline's Heart, with Ricardo Santana Jr. as the jockey. Won the Fantasy at Oaklawn Park. It's 20-1. I'm not sure about this horse. I'm not sure if it can get the distance, but I'm going to prefer the other Steve Asmussen horse, who we'll talk about here just shortly. Maracuja, another long shot, another closer. You're going to see a lot. I think this race is devoid of speed, especially since the 7 Ava's Grace has been scratched. She was definitely going to be out on the front end, so there's not much speed in here, I don't think. There is some, and I think that's where the winner is going to come from, so I'm not sure if number 2 has enough speed to run out to be victorious. Number 3, Clairiere. Here's the other Steve Asmussen horse. I'm trying to get better at that. 5-1, Tyler Gaffleone, really good jockey at Churchill Downs. I think he's won the last 3 riding titles at Churchill Downs, so he's definitely comfortable at that track. But it's another closer, so it's going to need the speed to close in on. But it's definitely a contender, but certainly use in your tries, your exactas, and your superfectas with Clairiere, the number 3 horse. Number 4, Crazy Beautiful, good song. Another closer, you're going to hear me say that a lot. 15-1 long shot for Kenny McPeak, the trainer, Kenny McPeak. Again, not too much to close in on. Past the Champagne, or past the Lily, past the Mint Julep, whatever. But this horse is the number 5 horse. Going to be not necessarily a closer, but kind of sitting mid-pack, 15-1 long shot. It was second to the probable, well, definitely the morning line favorite, Malathaat, here in the Kentucky Oaks. Second to that horse in the Ashland at Keeneland, got Javier Castellano. So at 15-1, I recommend using this one in your vertical wagers, such as your exactas, tries, superfectas. Number 6, Travel Column for Brad Cox and Florent Giroux. They've won this race. They've teamed up to win this race, the Oaks, twice. And most recently, last year, where She Dares the Devil, which I didn't have. I had Serengeti Empress and the number 6 horse in 2013, ridden by Mike Smith, a really nice long shot, and the name's, I want to say Skylar, but that's not right. It's something like that. It's 2-word Princess or something like that. That was a nice long shot. That's one of my proudest moments in the Kentucky Oaks. Of all these years, that's the proudest moment. So this horse, Travel Column, certainly a contender. You got to use it. Got the right running style. Got the right connections. Yeah, definitely a contender. Number 8, Mirage, 30-1 long shot. It's always been in the money, but it's racing against some classier fillies here today. So not sure if it can compete against this field. Number 9, Coach, 50-1 bomb. If you're looking on the bright side or looking for positive angles, it is horse for course angles. Won at Churchill before. It's Brad Cox and Luis Saez, who's teaming up with Essential Quality in the Derby. But I'm gonna put my money on that horse in the Derby with those connections, not this one with the number 9, Coach. Number 10, Malathaat for trainer Todd Pletcher. Certainly the deserving favorite. This could be a very special horse, y'all. It could be a super horse. I'm not saying Rachel Alexander-like, but it could be something special. So no doubt this horse is a contender. I shouldn't have a problem with the distance. If you're going to try to beat it, it's going to be tough, but certainly the horse to beat, the number 10, Malathaat. Number 11, Will Secret for Dallas Stewart. I remember exactly where I was in 2006 when Lemons Forever won the Kentucky Oaks. I think it paid $90-something, $96. I was just sitting there like this. Well, I had one of these. I was like, then I needed a few more that year because I didn't see that coming at all. Blew up the tote board, and Dallas Stewart has blown up the tote boards, blown up my Kentucky Oaks tickets, blown up my Kentucky Derby tickets with some horse he had to finish like second or third a few years back. This guy just seems to come up with these big bombs in these big races, so I'm never going to doubt him. I'm not going to use him. He shocked me plenty of times before, and I'm sure he'll shock me plenty of times, but I never learned my lesson with Dallas Stewart and his long shots here, and that's what number 11, Will Secret, is. Number 12, Search Results. Really like this horse for trainer Chad Brown. Irad Ortiz Jr., my gosh, you have that connection. Of course, that connection gets overbet, but my gosh, Irad is running, racing, and riding good. All those R words. He's been doing really well. This horse is undefeated. I like his early pace. It's 3-1 morning line, so you're not getting that much value. But if any horse can beat the number 10 Malathaat, it's this one, I think. Search Results. Number 13, Competitive Speed, 50-1. I don't see it be a heck of a story behind this horse. I think it only costs like $5,000, and it's already made a great return on investment. It'd be a great story, and I'm always down for a good story. It's coming in from Gulfstream Park, but I don't think Competitive Speed is competitive in this race. Number 14, Milfoy. Very interesting horse for trainer Bill Mott. It's been working out well. I think it's a long shot with a chance. Yeah, I'm going to take a shot here. If you're looking for a good live long shot, I can't believe Bill Mott's never won the Kentucky Oaks. I don't know if he still holds the record for number of wins at Churchill Downs, but he did it for a long time. Got Joel Rosario, especially on the front end. If I have a horse that's an early speed horse or likes to be near the front, and if I see Joel Rosario riding it, I am very confident. I don't care what the odds are. I'm going to take my chances. So with the right trip, this horse could upset the field here in the Kentucky Oaks. So I'm very excited to see what the number 14 Milfoy will do. Speaking of what somebody will do, what am I going to do in this year's Kentucky Oaks? Again, race 11 on Friday, April 30th, mile in the 8th, and a good competitive field, large competitive field. I'm not going to try to get too cute here. I love the number 12 Search Results. I think the post will work for him. I think the running style will work for her, not him. I'm very confident in those connections, even though it's 3-1. Hopefully it won't go lower than 2-1. If it goes above 2-1, I'm betting it for sure. The win bet goes to Search Results. I'm also very interested in the 14 horse Mille-feuille, which I think is a French word for like pastry or something like that, or some kind of French pastry. At those good odds, I think that's a risk worth taking with the number 14 Mille-feuille. That's about as fancy I'm going to get in the Oaks, right? You know, you got to pick your spots, and you tried to watch getting too cute, and I think that's all I need to do in the Kentucky Oaks. Now, as far as the Kentucky Oaks Derby Double goes, you know, whenever I talk about doubles, you can check out my other videos about doubles and how to play them. You never want to combine two favorites in the same double ticket. The Oaks Derby Double could be very different, though, and that's why you always want to check the probable pools on what those combinations are going to be covering. So, you know, I got to be cautious of, you know, or people need to be aware there's a difference. There's a way to play. There's an argument to be made to play a certain way on Derby Day and Oaks Day, just for the hell of it, just for the fun of it. You know, it's a good time. We're celebrating. It's just like tradition. You got to have some action and play along. So if I talk about the, you know, try not to combine two favorites in the Oaks Derby Double, well, it might go out the window, honestly, because you want to have some fun and say you had the winner of the Oaks Derby Double. So check the payouts, and it's up to you whether or not you want to bet them, right? Typically, you never want to combine two favorites in a double. You want to try to beat the favorite in the first leg, or try to beat the favorite in the second leg. And if you can beat both favorites and you have the horses in both legs, then that's a good payout. So I'll leave that up to you, but check the probables and payouts of the horses you like. If you like the number 10 Malathaat, and if you like the number 14 in the Derby, Essential Quality, which probably will be both of your favorites for the Oaks and Derby, and if you want to cash a ticket that has a really good odds of winning, then by all means do so, no matter what the payouts. But it's good practice to get in the habit of trying not to take too low of a price in these competitive races. So if you're going to play the Oaks Derby Double, or this is how these are the horses that I'm going to consider playing in the Oaks Derby Double, because I play the horses all the time. And I played so many Oaks and Derbies that I know there'd be plenty more in my future, God willing. So if I don't bet certain combinations because the price is too low, there's always next year. I'm cool with that. And there's always next weekend to play the horses. So I'm very fine with that. So here's what I'm going to do. The horses that I might combine, I'm not saying I'm going to bet all these, but the ones that I'm going to consider putting in Oaks Derby Double are the 3 Clairiere, number 6 Travel Column, number 10 Malathaat, number 12 Search Results, and number 14 Mille-feuille. Then in the Derby, combine those in the second part of the double with the 7 Mandaloon, number 14 Essential Quality, number 17 Highly Motivated. I'm going to be studying those pools, those double pools, and see if I can find some good value in there, see if there's some combinations that are going off at better payouts than they should be, or see which ones like Malathaat and Essential Quality that's probably not going to pay anything. And I'm okay not having, I won't bet that combination. I'm okay with losing some money because it's just not worth the risk to me to try to figure out the Oaks Derby Double and the payout not being that good. So those are the horses. As far as Oaks goes, it's all about Search Results and number 14 Mille-feuille for me. I'm not going to play any exactas or anything, but if you the Oaks Derby Double's fun, and that's what racing should be, especially on these big race days. Bet within your means, within your bankroll. You don't be afraid to take a shot, because crazy stuff happens in these kind of races. And who knows, you might be looking at a Chad Brown Oaks Derby Double with Search Results and with Highly Motivated in the Derby. There's all kinds of stories. You could look at a Todd Pletcher double, a Brad Cox double. There's so many intriguing storylines, and both of these races are going to be wide open and super competitive. I know Malathaat's getting a lot of buzz, and she could be a very special horse, so we'll see, and that's what it's all about. just sitting back, chilling out, betting some horses. Let's give the ladies some love with these lilies. It's all about having a good time. Making some money would be wonderful. That's the main objective, but it doesn't edge out too much this time of year on these big race days, and just chilling out with your friends, eating some good food, having some good drinks, and putting a few bucks down on horses that you like and seeing what happens. It's a great game. It's a game that's been close to my heart all my life, and hopefully it will continue to do so. And I want y'all to have fun. I want y'all to enjoy yourself. Good luck to you. Hope you make a lot of money on Oaks and Derby Day. And until next time, get you some of these glasses. These are nice. I love the design. I love the look of these glasses. Till next time, happy handicapping, smart wagering.